The shift begins with the preparation phase, where every tool is set for systematic luggage inspection. Activating the scanner starts the warm-up sequence, a necessary procedure to ensure optimal detection capabilities. The belt begins its endless journey, ready to carry luggage through the precise eye of the scanner. Reviewing the shift log provides context, highlighting patterns from past inspections to guide today's scrutiny. The clipboard holds essential data, tracking the flow of passengers and their associated luggage for the shift. The initial bag arrives, marking the start of real-time inspection and setting the rhythm for the day. Scanning the first bag reveals familiar contents, establishing a baseline for what constitutes normal within the system. The X-ray image provides a detailed view, allowing for the identification of objects based on their density and shape. Establishing baseline patterns involves comparing each scan to historical data, ensuring consistency in the inspection process. The control room screen integrates flight information, linking luggage inspection to broader airport operations and schedules. Fine-tuning the scanner settings enhances image quality, a critical step for accurate detection during the inspection shift. The stamp pad awaits use, symbolizing the authority to clear or detain items based on inspection findings. Consulting with the supervisor ensures adherence to protocols, especially when anomalies are detected during the scanning process. The queue outside represents the constant flow of travelers, each with luggage subject to the same systematic inspection. Continuing the scans builds a database of normal patterns while remaining vigilant for any deviations that may arise. Documenting findings in the report creates a record essential for accountability and future reference in security operations. Coordinating with the loading area manages the pace of luggage, ensuring a steady stream for continuous inspection without overload. The scanner's lens is the focal point, capturing every detail of luggage contents to maintain security standards throughout the shift. With preparation complete, the shift is set to handle hundreds of bags. Each scan a step in the unending rhythm. The inspection post is fully operational, with luggage flowing through the system under your watchful eye and precise scrutiny. The scanner reveals dense clusters in this bag, requiring closer scrutiny to distinguish between normal items and potential threats. The conveyor belt continues to bring luggage, each bag adding to the queue and the pressure to maintain inspection speed. Comparing scans to reference charts helps identify anomalies, a routine step that becomes critical under the increasing workload. The tally on the clipboard shows 50 bags scanned so far, the count rising as the shift progresses without pause. A colleague's signal indicates a potential issue, adding to the pressure as multiple inspection points must be coordinated. Balancing attention between stations is essential, ensuring no bag is missed in the continuous flow of the inspection process. The display highlights density variations, each color-coded area representing a layer of compliance or risk in the luggage. Clearing this bag after verification adds to the record, but the queue outside shows no sign of diminishing. The belt's increased speed challenges your ability to inspect each bag thoroughly, heightening the pressure to avoid errors. The queue has grown, with passengers waiting impatiently, their luggage adding to the unending rhythm of the inspection shift. Moving into the inspection and flagging phase, where anomalies trigger a chain of protocols and secondary checks. This container displays anomalous density on the X-ray, immediately flagging it for secondary inspection due to its irregular shape. Flagging the container activates the protocol, with the red light signaling that this item requires further investigation. The diverted container awaits secondary inspection, isolated from the main flow to prevent any potential security breach. Notifying the passenger initiates the interview process, a critical step in cross-checking documents and verifying the container's contents. The passenger's anxiety is visible as they present their documents, adding a human element to the procedural pressure. The documents are placed for verification, each detail scrutinized against the scan to ensure consistency and compliance. Cross-checking reveals inconsistencies between the declared items and the X-ray image, deepening the need for secondary inspection. Consulting past incidents helps in making informed decisions, referencing historical data to handle the current flagged container. The supervisor's involvement escalates the procedure, ensuring that all regulations are followed before a final decision is made. The supervisor meticulously examines the flagged density, noting its irregular edges and comparing it to standard container profiles. Questioning the passenger reveals nervous gestures, adding to the suspicion raised by the inconsistent X-ray image. The X-ray image is analyzed in detail, with density readings indicating potential prohibited materials within the container. Discrepancies between the declared items and the X-ray findings are documented, forming a basis for further investigation. Consulting the regulation handbook ensures that every step follows established procedures for handling flagged luggage. The inspection room operates under constant pressure, with the unending flow of luggage and the weight of security decisions. The discussion focuses on whether the inconsistencies warrant detention or if they can be resolved with additional verification. Cross-referencing with the database shows 3 previous cases with matching density anomalies, all resulting in secondary inspections. While one container is on scrutiny, the rest of the luggage flows through, maintaining the rhythm of airport security. A preliminary assessment is made, leaning towards escalation due to the unresolved inconsistencies in the scan and documents. Documenting the interview findings creates a formal record, essential for accountability and future reference in security protocols. Additional identification is provided, but it not fully explain the anomalous density shown in the X-ray image. Enhancing the scan image reveals layered objects within the container, increasing the need for physical inspection. Time is ticking, with the delay affecting both the passengers' travel plans and the efficiency of the inspection shift. The decision to escalate involves weighing the risks of a security breach against the passengers' rights and procedural timelines. The travel history shows patterns that correlate with increased scrutiny, adding another layer to the risk assessment. Preparing for secondary inspection sets in motion a chain of protocols, ensuring that the container is handled with utmost care. The supervisor's signature formalizes the escalation, documenting the authority behind the decision to detain the container. The stamp pad symbolizes the impending decision, with its ink ready to mark the fate of the flagged container. The interview concludes with the passenger being directed to wait as the container moves to the next phase of inspection. The secondary inspection team initiates a hands-on examination to resolve the anomalies detected in the X-ray scan. Moving the container to a dedicated area ensures the inspection proceeds without disrupting other luggage flow. Each tool in the secondary inspection kit is precision designed to uncover hidden contents with accuracy. The first layer shows ordinary items, but the X-ray indicated denser objects requiring further investigation. The handheld scanner detects no immediate metallic threats, yet the density anomaly remains unexplained. The X-ray image guides the inspection, highlighting the suspicious density that needs physical verification. A concealed package is discovered, wrapped to obscure its contents from initial security scans. Unwrapping exposes several electronic devices, now subject to detailed scrutiny for compliance with regulations. The inspection report is updated in real time, documenting each step of the secondary examination process. Compiling the evidence prepares for a final decision based on the completed secondary inspection results. Entering the decision phase, where evidence and protocols converge to determine the container's fate. Presenting the evidence initiates a formal review of inspection findings and potential security risks. Consulting regulations determines whether the discovered electronic components comply with airport security policies. Past incidents provide context, showing precedents and handling methods for similar security cases. The supervisor highlights key regulations that apply, guiding the decision towards clearance or detention. Based on evidence, you propose a decision, which will be finalized after supervisor approval and verification. The supervisor's signature finalizes the decision, setting the official course of action for the flagged container. The stamp awaits its use, symbolizing the formal outcome that will be applied to the inspection report. Documenting the decision ensures it is recorded in the system for future reference and compliance audits. With the decision made, you prepare documentation for handover, ensuring a smooth transition to the next phase. Double-checking the electronic entry ensures the decision is accurately recorded for full system compliance and audit trails. The stamp pad retains the residue of the decision, a physical imprint of the procedural outcome in the inspection room. Printing the report creates a backup hard copy for archival purposes and ensures redundancy in security documentation. Notifying customs via intercom initiates the transfer of the detained item to the appropriate authority for further action. The inspection room falls into a temporary silence, a pause in the rhythm after the decision has been finalized. Updating the shift log documents the incident details for shift records and provides a timeline of security events. The supervisor's approval confirms that all protocols were followed correctly, validating the decision-making process in the inspection. The Xray image remains on screen, a frozen visual of the security risk that triggered the entire inspection sequence. Summarizing the incident prepares a brief for higher-level review, highlighting critical findings and procedural adherence. With the shift nearing its end, you organize the workspace to ensure a smooth and efficient handover process. The updated passenger count reflects the one detained container among hundreds cleared, a statistical outcome of the shift. Verifying the luggage tracking system ensures that all legitimate items have moved through without interruption or delay. Preparing notes for the next shift facilitates continuity, passing on unresolved issues for further investigation and action. In the background, flight statuses change, a constant reminder of the ongoing airport operations beyond the inspection room. Sealing the report folder marks the completion of documentation, ready for transfer to customs or the next officer. Shutting down the scanner secures the equipment, following standard procedures to prepare for the next inspection shift. The clean stamp pad symbolizes a reset, ready for the next shift's decisions and procedural stamps in security checks. Preparing to leave, you ensure everything is in order, closing out your systematic shift in the airport inspection room. Handing over the documentation completes your shift, transferring responsibility and pending tasks to the next security officer. The inspection room stands silent and ready, a witness to the unending rhythm of airport security and procedural shifts. The final stage of the shift focuses on clearing legitimate luggage, processing detained items, and ensuring a smooth handover to the next officer. Contacting customs initiates the formal transfer process for the detained item, following established protocols for security and documentation. The sealed container with its customs label represents the tangible outcome of the flagged scan, ready for further investigation. Printing the shift report creates a physical record of the day's activities, including 300 cleared bags and 1 detention. Debriefing that the supervisor reviews the incident handling, ensuring compliance with procedures and identifying any lessons learned. The logbook entry captures the procedural timeline from initial scan to final decision in permanent ink for audit purposes. Updating the digital system logs the shift data electronically, integrating it with airport-wide security records for analysis. Handing the detained item to customs completes the physical transfer, with signatures confirming accountability and chain of custody. The signed transfer form provides legal documentation for the item's handover, essential for customs processing and future reference. Securing the equipment ensures safety and readiness for the next shift, following end-of-day maintenance procedures. Reinforcing the handover notes clarifies any unresolved issues, facilitating continuous operation without disruption or error. The empty room under emergency lighting symbolizes the pause in activity, a temporary silence in the ongoing security rhythm. Submitting the report electronically finalizes administrative duties, ensuring data is archived in the central security system. Receiving supervisor feedback concludes the debrief, acknowledging proper protocol adherence and areas for improvement. The confirmation screen indicates successful report submission, a digital endpoint for the shift's procedural documentation. Collecting personal items marks the personal closure of the shift, leaving the workspace organized for the next officer. Walking through the corridor reflects the transition from duty to departure amidst the constant hum of airport security. The nighttime airport scene underscores the shift's end, with reduced activity but ongoing vigilance in the background. Clock out formalizes the shift's conclusion, logging the exact time in the attendance system for payroll and records. The final glance back at the inspection room encapsulates the shift's completion, leaving behind the mastered rhythm of airport security.